Alright, hi guys. My name is Dr. Justin Prince. I'm going to be your instructor this summer for History 3683, U.S. History since 1945. So what I wanted to do kind of in this intro video was just a bit walk through the syllabus, see if you had any questions, talk about how to reach me, how we're going to do things with the course, things of that nature. So hopefully you've seen already I have posted the syllabus. If you click content, and then, let's see, wait for this to load. Teaching an online class on my internet is not always the best, thanks Suddenlink. And so what you're going to see is here on the left-hand side of the screen, you see syllabus, and there it is. In addition, what I'll do, and I'll go ahead and put this in now, is things like, actually that should be Unit 1 PowerPoints, where for the lectures, I'll actually put PowerPoints for the lectures there, and then Week 1 videos, where I will put the lecture videos there. My goal with this course, even though it is an online course, is I want to try to replicate as close as possible how you would take this in, say, a normal, traditional classroom. I assume that, it's summer session. I assume most of you guys are working adults. So rather than, making it where discussion board posts and all that, what my goal is for this class is to almost treat it like an independent study, replicating the classroom experience. So I'm going to be posting lecture videos typically Monday through Thursday, as well as, videos and documentaries. One of the really good things about this course is as it happens at the beginning of, that kind of digital era with, television, up-to-the-minute news, things like that, is we can actually see history as it happened. We can see what it looked like as it was unfolding. So we'll be posting all of that in the videos. So before I get too much into the course, just a little bit about me. I'm an American historian, obviously. I mostly focus in military history and, specifically World War I. But, this is probably one of my favorite courses to teach. It actually has a lot of sentimental value. I taught this course years ago at OSU Tulsa. This was the first upper division course I ever taught right after I got my PhD. So this particular course is a little special to me. Pardon me. Summer cold, apparently. So if you click syllabus, download that, you're given this wonderful piece of equipment. And so just kind of run through some stuff. If you are in Stillwater, feel free to come visit me at my office, 163 South Murray Hall. I'll typically be there for sure Tuesdays and Thursdays, 12:30 to 2. But I'll also be in there other days of the week as well. And, you can always send me an email and just we can schedule a time. Similarly, I'm also teaching a night course in Tulsa over the summer. And so I've got an office over there, North Hall 329, which you could come visit me there Mondays and Wednesdays at 4 to 5 or 8:30 to 9 p.m. So whatever works best for you. If none of that works or you're not based in those cities, you can hit me at Skype, and I don't know why I didn't put it on here. I will fix that. But my Skype contact information is drjustinprince@gmail.com. It goes straight to my phone, so if you've got a question, things like that, feel free, give me a shout. Okay, one of the things, and I always stress this in all of my courses, is communication, communication, communication. Okay, the best thing. Sorry, my computer just popped up an error, and I'm like, yay, where'd that come from? The best thing I can suggest for any kind of course, you fall behind, something happens. Like I said, I get that you're working adults. Some of you have kids. Life is going to throw curveballs your way. If something happens, reach out to me, let me know. I consider myself a big softie, okay? I will work with you however I possibly can. So just keep me in the loop. Whatever I can do to help, that is why I am here. Just kind of go through the syllabus a bit. I don't want to take too long on this. We'll save that for the actual lecture tomorrow. I assigned 4 books for the course. Don't worry about this reading yesterday, writing tomorrow. That's something we used to have students buy. I've just never taken it out. But it is in your old survey textbooks if you still have your History 1103, Give Me Liberty by Eric Foner. If you have that, that's in there. So we're going to be looking at Taylor Branch's The King Years, which is kind of a stripped-down version of a larger work focusing on the American Civil Rights Movement. H.W. Brand's American Dreams, the United States since 1945. Consider that kind of your textbook for the course. Okay, that's the book that pretty much you want to be reading along to kind of see how the lectures fit together. John Lewis Gaddis's Cold War, A New History is probably my favorite just single volume on the Cold War. And think about it, the Cold War, which begins in 1945 and ends in 1991, is going to shape so much of our history that we're going to be discussing at this time. So, although this is a U.S.-focused course, and yes, I do teach a course specifically on the Cold War. I do that in the spring online, not, shameless plug. But even if you've had that course with me, a lot of this might sound familiar. But the fact is, it's impossible to look at American history in this time without looking at the impact of the Cold War. And Kyle Longley's Grunts, The American Combat Soldier in Vietnam, is one of my favorite books from the Vietnam War. And think about it, Vietnam, especially the latter half of our course, is going to be a center point because that's not only a defining moment in American history, but it's going to set up just so much that, we're still dealing with to this day. Those of you that are non-traditional students, you probably remember this. But for those of you on the younger side, I remember when the United States invaded Iraq in 2003, and people wondered, is this going to be another Vietnam? The ghosts of that war, we ourselves are still dealing with even to this day. So the format for the course, okay, it's an 8-week course. So what my plan is to give you between a 50 to 70-minute lecture, or, either a documentary or videos, things like that, or some combination thereof, Monday through Thursday. Okay, the idea is to have about an hour and a half worth of content Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And the reason for this is, again, every 2 days is about 1 week of course time. So the advantage of an online course is that, you've got a long time, if you fall behind, something happens, something happens on Tuesday and you can't watch those videos, you can do it Wednesday, and that's perfectly fine. But be careful, okay, in that don't make a habit of it. It's easy to fall behind in a normal 16-week course. Don't fall behind in an 8-week course, okay? It's one of those things, 1 day off, 2 days off, maybe 3 days off, it's a problem. But again, what I suggest, if something happens, if you've got an issue, just let me know. I will be more than willing to help out with that. Grading, it's your standard stuff, 90 to 100 in A, blah, blah, blah. Most everybody is going to get an A or a B, okay? I'm not a tough grader, but remember that A does represent excellent work, okay? So long as you convince me that you've watched the videos, that you understand what's going on, that you've kept up with the stuff, you will do fine. Just put in the work and you'll be fine. Speaking of, with the videos, I definitely encourage, okay, take notes on this stuff, okay? If each video is 50 minutes, give or take, you should be coming out with at least 2 handwritten typed pages, handwritten or typed pages worth of notes. I'm perfectly fine if you want to, listen ahead. With this, I'll include a link to my playlist. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, where you'll see the playlist for this course and the other online courses I teach. That's fine. I've had some students like to listen to these videos while they're commuting to work, which, 1, don't do that. I don't want to put you to sleep and you crash. I don't want that on my conscience. But 2, you need to be writing this stuff down so that you remember it, you can recall it later, and that's especially going to be important for the exam. Let's see. Extra credit. I love extra credit. My thought is, if you're willing to do the work, great. There will be probably at least 2 things during the semester. One will be a paper. One will be kind of a cumulative thing at the final. I don't like cumulative finals. I remember how stressful they were for me as an undergrad. I would rather you focus on that unit. So the way the exams work is, exam 1 covers unit 1, exam 2, unit 2, exam 3, unit 3. I always felt with cumulative exams, you got to study for that. You more or less check out that last third of the course, so that's what I want to avoid. Attendance, the lectures for this course are largely pre-recorded. I've recorded these for a while. I still use them. So typically I won't be posting stuff over the weekend, but in general, look for Mondays or Thursdays. Holidays accepted, so Thursday, July 4, sorry, that's Wednesday, July 4. Obviously we're not going to post stuff because that'd be un-American. We're not communists in this class. Most of this class is about them damn commies, so that's not going to happen. Student disability services. Okay? Being an online class, even if it weren't an online class, I'm more than willing to work with you. However I can help, just let me know. But understand there's only so much I can do without that actual letter, okay? So if it's something that's going to affect the course, go talk to, 204 North Hall if you're at OSU Tulsa, or 320 Student Union, Stillwater, or just send them an email. Get that figured out. We'll get that taken care of. Communication. I check my email a couple of times a day. If you don't hear from me within 24 hours, odds are I just didn't see the email, or maybe you got subsumed into another thread. Just send me another email. Again, I don't have an office phone, but if you use my Skype contact, which I will update the syllabus, it goes straight to my phone, so just get a hold of me that way. Assignments. Okay, you've got 3 exams and 2 book or movie reviews. Okay, so the way that works, we'll go into this a bit more detail, is, okay, with the exams, you'll have a timed quiz. Okay, and I think I ported the stuff over. So quizzes. This is from when I taught it last summer. I've not actually switched the dates yet. So if you see 2017, don't freak out. That's why I will adjust the dates. But things like Exam 1 ID portion, Exam 2 ID portion, this is your standard identification stuff. Starting tomorrow when I post that first lecture, I'll give you a list of 25 terms that I think are the most critical, important things that you need to know for that unit. And so in this, it'll randomly generate a list of 10, and in a space of, I think it's 20-25 minutes, you need to define 5 of them, giving, the who's involved, the what it is, when it happened, why it happened, and its broader historical significance. Again, I'll go over that in more detail when we get there. I want to avoid doing proctored exams. Okay, I realize not everybody's in Stillwater or Tulsa. I think proctored exams cost. So my goal is to make this as painless as possible. So the majority of your exam points come from written essays. I'm going to give you 4 prompts. I want you to address 2. And in those prompts, which think of it like a take-home exam, what I want you to do is pull information from the lecture, from the textbooks, from the documentaries, videos, whatever I do, and show me that you can build a narrative. That you have the ability that if I give you all of this information, you can take all of that stuff and say, hey, this is what's important. This is what matters. These are the salient points. If you do that, you'll do just fine. For the book review, okay, what I ask you to do is write an academic review of one of your 4 books. I don't care which book you do. I do ask the review be original to this class. So if you've taken, say, my Vietnam War class, don't do Kyle Longley's book, because you might, if you did that in my Vietnam War class or my Cold War class. I know for a fact you did. Gaddis's Cold War. Don't do that book. Do something else. Okay, so that's all I ask. I do say you can sub in a movie review, and let's actually broaden that out to a cultural review. And so with that, if you want to look at some movie made since 1945 about American history, how do we perceive our own history? Because think about it, a piece of culture has to have something that resonates with the people who are there. One of the pieces of film I'm going to show you, it's actually a McDonald's ad from 1976 or 7, I want to believe, reflecting the gas lines, the gas shortages caused by the OPEC oil crisis, all right? Well, that's something that people, if you show that, the people who watch it would have to say, oh, yeah, that totally makes sense, okay? So with a movie, even though it might be about Pearl Harbor, okay, it nonetheless shows what's going on at that time. And so if you choose to do this, your job will be to watch a film, go do a little bit of research at the library, and then say, okay, hey, is this an accurate review? Or, in fact, is it more what's going on contemporarily? Things like that. Again, we'll go into that a bit more. I just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I've got a semester calendar here. We might, lag ahead or behind. We should be okay. But in general, there's a reading schedule. Honestly, this course shouldn't be too difficult. Just keep up with the videos, keep up with the reading. If there's anything I can do to help, let me know. By all means, don't be a stranger. If you can, come by the office, send me an email. The thing I don't like about teaching online is I miss the face-to-face interactions. I miss getting to know each and every one of you, even if I am terrible with names, and I am. But don't be a stranger. Don't be just a nameless person. Say hi, send me an email. Talk to me. That not only helps you, but it helps me. And again, if there's anything I can do, if life happens, you've got a question, there's something you're not understanding, whatever I can do to help you, that is why I am here. I hope we have a great summer semester. I know that we're all checked out. I know nobody wants to be in school over the summer, but, we've all decided to do this. But, this is one of my favorite courses. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I hope you think so too. And, I'm looking forward to it. So if there's anything I can do, please let me know. Otherwise, have a good one, and I will see you in the first lecture tomorrow discussing the end of the Second World War. All right, have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, bye-bye.